Look at all these cool Viantis runes.
That's so many.
Enough for the tier.
I assume we just Fantas this boss, right?
Yeah, you can
Or I
just
did.
Fantas.
All right. Good.
Half of us has already done it by the time you
Yeah.
asked.
Well, you know. Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Is interrupt useful in this fight?
Yes.
Dang.
The golems can be interrupted, which we will need to do. Okay, is everybody here?
No.
I feel like I've summoned you 4 times.
I got one summoned, but it expired before I took it.
Hip, what the fuck are you doing?
Burning rush.
She's eating the food. I saw Tim got an achievement. Me want bite.
Kelly, help.
Okay. Where to start?
Beginning is usually where I start from.
So, Aiden, you and I are basically responsible for positioning. So, for the most part, you can just follow me until you kind of have the idea. And it's apparently like a pretty high tank damage fight is like 11 to 12 stacks or something we have to swap it, which is pretty high, and that's a big reason why we're 3 tanking. Walshy, you are essentially here for 2 reasons. One, you can see in the liquid start portion of the note that basically every time you are the first name, you are clearing bombs. So it's a lot. Most of them you have an immunity, but the ones where it's just your single name on the line, you will have to clear the traps one by one. So you have to be slower on those. The ones where you do not have an immunity, you need to make sure that you're starting to clear the four traps like early, just so you make sure you have time for your debuff to drop off every time before you tag another one. As a DK, you might be able to just get a 2-stack at the debuff and be fine, but I don't know that I would recommend it. So that's your job number 1. And your job number 2, which is the harder one for sure, is managing the golems. So I think how it goes, although we will soon find out, every set of golems but the first, we kind of want to delay using all of our... We want to delay burning them sub 50 so that they can't be CC'd, and also delay using your grips on them, because what's going to happen on everyone, I think, but the first, is basically, let's say we were over here by cross, we would be baiting a dragon head, which is what the tactical destruction is probably what I'm going to call it. So we'll be baiting one here, and we'll be getting a set of golems kind of at the same time. And so if you were here, let me mark myself. If you were like here and we were all baiting the tactical, which we'll go over in a second, I guess, and then you started gripping the ads all here, they would be cleaved down and then would become like immune when we're running out of the tactical, which is kind of the opposite of what we want. So generally, every set except the first, it should be that we bait the tactical Walshy, and like then once we're moving to our new spot, you'll start the process of either slappy hand, grip, whatever it is you're using on that set to kind of get them back to us.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be a lot of learning. It's unfortunately, it's like one of the more personal responsibility parts of the fight. So we can also have like rings, knocks, stuff like that also works on them. So it's not like just Swashy's responsibility, but he is going to be handling a big portion of it.
How often are golems out in general?
Pretty often. I will have to double check on the exact time frame, though. In general, now, like once we have beta tactical stuff, so assuming like that overlap is done, we kind of are hard swapping to golems because we just don't want to have to deal with them. And so a key point before we get started is that, so like Walshy, you're pretty much always going to be picking up one of the trap disablers from the golems. And then it's going to fall mainly on ranged. And to some degree, I guess, healers, to pick up the golem trap disabling device. And then, like, when they're used and where they're used is kind of called out on the fly. In general, we're trying to keep the center of the room and, like, a path of the room clear. But that is not always the case by any means. So does everybody know how to pick up the trap
You click on the
disabling
golem.
device? Yes, and then you get an extraction button. And then you just go near the trap you're trying to disable, and you can basically use it on that.
Are we all trying to do
Um,
that?
There was one other component to that, but I'm forgetting what it was now.
Are we all trying to disable traps, or?
No, I mean, so there's 4 golems that spawn at a time. Generally, you don't need to like pick them up right away. Actually, delaying it, 10 seconds or so tends to be good, it seems like. So we kill golems, then you can gradually, unless we need to clear right away, you just gradually start picking them up, and then I'll like direct where we're trying to clear. So all, I don't know, 8 or whatever ranged we have, like aren't going to be picking them up all the time. But if you have one, then like it's on you to use it when it's needed. So the biggest thing for everyone in the fight, though, is the Ember debuff, the little circle debuff that's on the like heroic fight too. So we have 4 of them. We spread them just left to right, kind of in an arc. But this now also has a beam component to it. Think whatever that boss was in Nathria. Shoot, what's it even called? Basically, if you get hit by 2 beams, then you're dead. So we can't stack the embers, and we do not move the boss last second is kind of the gist.
Hungry
And I've...
Destroyer.
Say again?
Hungry Destroyer.
Hungering Destroyer, yes, thank you.
Aiden's favorite boss.
Aiden's the hardest boss in the game.
I think that is honestly probably all we should talk about at this point, though. Because a lot of this is like positioning stuff that has to be done on the fly after the first couple. We'll start over by Skull. And kind of a just tip you should know, Aiden especially, is that so we're going to pull him over to Skull, and he's going to spawn 4 traps. 2 of them are based on like where we are. So Skull means we'll probably get this one and this one. And 2 are random, so we can't do much about that. And the kind of general idea is we're going to bait 2 here. The next set of traps, we're going to move over here. We're going to bait 2 here and then get our 2 random. And then we'll bait a tactical, and we're going to move directly across the room. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bait 2 sets of traps, and then we're going to bait a tactical, and then we're going to move across the room. And that's kind of how the fight will flow. And then we'll clear traps based on where kind of the random ones spawn and where we need to go. But if you know that there's 2 traps, Aiden, that spawn like based on where we have the boss positioned, then like later on in the fight when there is very little space, we have to use that to our like advantage. So just start cooking on that.
Start cooking.
Just to manage some expectations, this is going to be hard. Kind of Rashok level, or maybe slightly harder, but in a very different way. So just manage expectations here.
Sweet.
If we don't one-shot it, I'm gonna start killing Ellie.
Oh, what the fuck?
On Pride Month?
During Pride Month?
Best time to do it.
You have to wait till Wrath Month.
Is this like another 90 pool boss or?
I think it is probably around that for us, yeah. If we play, like, we have kind of a setup where we can cut that down by 20 to 30 pools if we play well and people, like, start understanding the mechanics early. But we will see.
You just tell us we don't have to kill it on the last pull Thursday night, so we end up doing that anyway.
Man, having to go into copy and paste while she's stupid name to get to mark him.
Secret weapon.
You can
I'll change it soon.
No.
I promise.
you can write
No,
back
you
his
won't.
frame and
We report his
I
name.
have to do
For
it into
everyone
the
report
mark
his name
spot
right
on
now.
the ERT.
Yeah, let's get a band.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
just report him.
Just report it straight
Just
up.
report him after. We don't need a third tank for this boss.
No, report him
Well,
now.
he's swapping to DK permanently.
We get lock rocks.
Yeah,
that
one of
what's
you
happening?
people now.
So we do have healing cooldowns.
One of the healing-
The most kind of dangerous part of the fight, healers, is when we have an Embers overlap with a knock, because you can see in the note, each time he does a knock, it's a 15-second dot, which, especially for those 4 people that have Embers, is quite dangerous. And if they get knocked into like a trap and get that stacking debuff too, they are in real danger. In general, though, for everyone, if you have the Embers and it's going to overlap a knock, that is a prime personal situation.
Like Amazon.
What is the name of the Ember debuff? Do you know offhand?
I believe it's unstable Embers, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Okay. I say it. I don't remember if I added that to frames or not. So I'll do this poll and then I'll check.
Make sure you get your files and potions, and
Yeah,
we'll
everyone's
start
back
over
to the
here
red
on
files.
we'll start over here on Skull.
Respect to what?
The red files where you die.
Oh. Nah.
Positioning on this fight is very important, especially for the tactical baits, which we'll probably get 5 of. So when it's called to like stack at a certain point, it's not really like debatable. So melee, it should be pretty easy, but range, just be aware.
Why is there one bait that doesn't have a mark? Did we just run out of
One
marks?
bait that doesn't have... Yeah,
Like
there's not
over-
enough. There's not enough marks.
On that, yeah.
We have triangle, obviously, but triangle is going to be used for mid-fight stuff.
I was awake.
What do we taunt on? He's like 10 to 12.
I think minimum is 10, but it's
Here on
probably
pool.
going to be 10 to 12. Yeah. So we fucked up our first set of traps, basically. So hopefully we get these next 2 in here. And so these are the lines you're going to dodge. And then we're going to pull them out. And then we're going to stay here, and we'll bait basically the Dragonfire stuff on square. So we can bait, and then you'd start gripping now, Walshu, and we'd be running over towards between Diamond and Star. And then we would have all these golems, and we would be gripping them in and hard focusing in. And that's the first little bit of the fight.
we're all dead.
Andy's ad script is gonna be
Mhm. It's gonna be rough. Yeah, basically like every grip talent and stuff, right, Walshy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you want ranged at the start of the, like, on pull?
You can be basically on the row of traps between square and skull. And then I guess we might have to have, so I had boss like directly on skull. We might have to have him here so it baits on these two that we want instead of that one in towards square. Did you get your bomb pop-up traps? Okay. Did you get yours, Walshy, on the second set? I think we just saw that maybe, or we might have been dead all.
I might have been dead. Yeah.
Okay.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so I think we might need to have range closer. I think that's why we're getting that second set there, or second one there. And then we'd want him right on the wall here. So these first two trap baits both were bad. But that's more on me than anything. And you can taunt
Don't call yourself a moron.
Then we'd be all on square, baiting. And then we'd be moving over between star and diamond. Yeah, yeah. So we are trying to bait a specific dragon head too, just to clarify. And then as soon as we get that baiting, we pull them all the way over here to diamond to the wall.
The diamond, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because we're fucking it up right now. We want to get two traps like right on the wall, on basically all of these early trap spawns. So the first like 4 at least, we want to get all on the wall.
So we should just all start on the wall, right?
Yeah, it looks like you have to be on the wall too, because I think that's the boss was right between them, and like there was a big clump of ranged right where the second trap spawned. So I think you just need to be closer ranged.
To like be on the wall.
Yeah, just be basically right up on the boss, unless you have embers.
What is elimination protocol?
Elimination.
Yeah. On the embers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which, let me double check.
We should be on skull basically to start.
Yeah.
What the? Oh.
Also, did you bubble at the beginning there, Gralis, or bop yourself or something?
I may have fat fingered it. I didn't notice though. If I did,
I'm just I was only at 6 stacks when I saw you had 0, so I don't know if you bubbled your stacks off or something. I don't know if we actually have to go to 10.
I'm pretty sure you do. He applies it every melee, and he melees every like 2 1/3 or something like that.
It's also possible I dodge a lot of them, and maybe that was only at 6 because of that.
Give me 1 second, I'm looking in Bigwigs for something.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Next 2 we can get here. And then we're gonna get on square. First set on square. Now we move.
You stunned the end.
Yeah,
Yes.
until they hit 50%.
Kicks on the far ones that are like activating traps is kind of the idea. And now we're over on the wall, baiting the next set of traps.
We go to diamond now after that set.
We can spawn like 2 more here. Yeah, like right here.
Do I ever beat
You have
Bob?
Bob soon. Not really, no. Unless Walshy calls out that he needs help. So then this would be knockback here, and then our next set of trap spawns. Okay, and then we'll have our next set of adds Walshy right here. And then this is the set, you can do it right there at Diamond Aiden, that's fine. And so adds are spawning, and then you want to be stacked up on triangle to bait this set of dragon heads. You don't have to grip them yet. We're going to bait on triangle. It's baited, and now, so you can see we're kind of fucked on space already, but we'd want to head over towards skull, basically, in this situation. So how many people are actually picking up traps?
I got 1.
I got 2. We had a golden precasting for a while, which put us several traps behind. Yeah, I thought they'd kind of just die to cleave. They have some HP.
They have a lot of health, yeah.
I think they would die to cleave, because like when they were actually grouped up, they all got down to 50% really fast. There's just one was really not. One just like ran out before we could cleave it.
And actually, we need to make sure people kind of know this now. One of the mythic changes is once the golems either get full energy or hit 50% health, they're immune to CC other than interrupt.
Oh.
Yeah, so 2 key points in Wa's statement there. You can always interrupt them, even if they're sub 50. So like if there's a far one, and this will happen a lot throughout the fight, if there's one out in the middle of nowhere kinda, we have to have a range go kick it. So that is always something that we need to have happen. And 2, like, I don't know how much we can necessarily coordinate it on every wave, but like, we don't need to burst them down to 50. We need to burst them 50 to 0. So that's kind of the more important portion of their health.
Do the bombs spawn relative to the boss, or like where we are?
Bombs or traps?
Sorry, yeah, the traps. Like the big red circles.
So 2 of them spawn relative to where we are, and 2 of them are within proximity of us, but like random. They can be like in most of the room.
Okay, because
we're trying to bait 2. We haven't really done it well yet.
At a few different YouTube videos, and like the ranged are not stacking on pull.
Yeah, which is what I thought initially. So I think it probably is. I am not sure why we're getting, instead of this and this on the first, we're getting this and this, which is what we don't want. But I mean, half of the traps are in GWA. Like 2 of them are baited and 2 of them aren't every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do look like you dodge a lot of the stacks, by the way, Aiden.
Wonderful.
Because mine had been off for quite some time and you were still at 6.
Good or bad?
It's very good.
I mean,
Plus
it
tank damage.
yeah.
Wonderful.
Dude, sometimes you never know with monks, man.
True.
Dodging stacks, the boss just doesn't do a mechanic.
I could get more
5,
dodge also if I
4,
need it. Just
3,
never get hit.
2, 1.
Next 2 should be able to get here, knock back.
Did you go, Marius?
Okay, so that's how we want to spawn on that second set.
Oh.
Ads are about to spawn, Walshy.
We burned this.
And so we're
set.
trying to bait here on square, so we don't really want an Ember there at that point.
fuck is killing me?
And see, we ended up baiting over on the wrong side because of that like, Ember position. It's fine though.
5.
So now we want them on the wall. New traps are about to spawn, Aiden. As close to the wall as you can get them. Beams go off here. Okay. Looks like there's one bomb, by the way, Washi. So we're like cut off here. So any in the center, we want to clear at this point, but it looks like we don't have any. You can die.
Double.
What are we doing with these ads, man?
So am I clearing the bomb during that like big? I don't know what it's called. It's kind of like the.
You should be able to with turtle, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just hard to. I don't know if my turtle's gonna run out and I'm gonna be like in the wave. You know what I'm saying?
I think you can do it during the wave, like once you're used to it. But it is also fine if you want to wait till after the wave.
Okay.
It's not a huge deal on something like that.
The Ember Weak Aura, did you say we're using that?
The Ember Weak Aura. I don't know which one I said that about.
The one that has an arrow telling you if you're far left, near left.
Oh, is it working? I mean, I have never seen it, obviously, so.
Yeah, it'll put 2 arrows in a direction if you're supposed to be on the far side, and 1 arrow in that direction if you're.
I don't think that's true, because it had 2 you and Raisin saying the exact same thing.
Are those the same weak aura that you're talking about? Because the Say Bubble thing, I don't know that that's the same weak aura, is it?
I don't know. I'm assuming it is.
I think
Because I had 2 arrows aiming left, and I was also saying I'm far left, but I didn't know if we're actually following that.
yeah, every time with the Say one, it's doubled us up. It looks like so.
Are we following it though, or are we just trying to spread?
I think the more important part of the Say one is just the countdown over the head. I don't think the assignment. Personally, I don't think the assignment is that helpful.
No, 'cause also it's like what's our orientation? Are we always facing the inside of the room?
But I mean,
Left-
it's the fourth
whose
pool,
left
so
is it?
like if we want to decide to go with that assignment, we can. It's just I feel like in that situation you end up a lot with like, hey, somebody over on the far right is assigned to the far left and like has to make that unnecessarily trek.
I'd say the bigger thing is it always going to be easier to just spread towards the center of the room, or does that just really depend on where we're baiting traps?
So in general, so say boss was on square. Well, actually, just say boss was on skull, since that's where you start. So like if you are an Ember and there is no bait that's about to happen, then your general position is just kind of an arc, like around where we are with the boss. And the only time that changes is when we're trying to bait somewhere specific, because when we're trying to bait somewhere specific, all the melee, at the very least, with like the tanks, should be stacked up on that marker so that we're getting the exact dragon head we want. And so like in that situation, Rice didn't know, obviously, but like he had an ember and he was stacked on square. And so we couldn't bait there. And so we were all over like here, and we baited this dragon head instead of the skull one, which is what we wanted. So in general, like just an arc around kind of the boss wherever he is, I think. So I would say, out of all that, if you zoned out, the say bubble above your head, you don't need to pay attention to exact position it tells you to go to. But everybody else should be like looking at the say bubbles to see, oh, the beam's about to go off, I don't want to get hit by it. So once you find your spot, just make sure you're spread from everyone else and stay put like in the last several seconds, obviously. Don't shuffle around.
Here's a dumb
Said it.
Shuffle.
Yes, Pip.
dumb follow-up question, because I'm pretty sure like multiple of the dragon heads are going off at the same time. So what do you mean by bait skull if it was already going off?
We're baiting the like central point, basically, of it.
This is like the 3 closest to us that go off, and we're kind of trying to control which those are.
Oh, so okay.
Yes.
Like, so was it last time, for example, like we did skull orange and red when we were supposed to do skull unmarked and red? Nipple.
Yes.
And
I think what you said is right. Yeah.
Okay.
Because like, see, we're trying to bait at skull because we're filling up there, and if we bait here, it's the cross skull and unmarked, like you said, and we know that like we'll have a ton of space over between diamond and star, which is where we're planning to go. And that becomes like much more important later in the fight when there's way less space, but we should practice getting that exact right now.
Spooky.
Oh, hold on, I want to check one other thing. So we killed one set of golems there, right? Or did we even kill all of them?
No, I don't think
No, we didn't.
we did on the
Okay.
previous one.
Yeah, because I have the weak aura. I have a weak aura for like who's holding the traps, how much time, all that stuff, and I don't think I've seen it yet. And I don't know if that's because we haven't killed the golems and people like aren't picking them up, or like it's
No.
not showing up. So
Our best pull, we killed them all and disarmed like 4 traps.
okay.
There's a golem that spawns right here next to skill. Do you want us to swap to that immediately? Because it's the only one that is like hard to
5,
group up, it feels like.
4,
If we can kill it, like and pick up the trap before we need to leave, sure. But I don't know if we're gonna do that consistently. Okay, we're gonna bait on square. You can clear the one next to square, like by the center, if you pick up. Or that one on triangle is also fine. And bombs are out, traps. And we're headed over between diamond and triangle. You can just go all the way to the wall right away.
Well, you have a group for that really far red.
Yeah,
And
that's
stay put. They're about to go
yeah,
off.
so
Nah, don't anymore.
yeah, that kind of has to get caught in slappy hands if we're not gonna burst it.
And then we can just head over towards Star. Maiden is fine.
Oh, star.
It doesn't matter which way, but like my plan was Star, so we should.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah. And then this would be a bop wall shoot, so it looks like a bomb went off there, I think. So that's like the end of your time traps, I think, because that was the first set.
Yeah, so it was way back in the corner, and if I run through the bomb, like if I run through the trap, I get not still get turned on, and it kills me.
You're talking about the fire trap, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There was like 3 fire traps in the way of that bomb, and if I run with turtle, it still kills me.
Yeah, so like if you You have 30 seconds to do it. So like I feel like maybe your play could be. I think you need to see it more. Is I guess what I think.
And then I couldn't find one of the bomb. I don't know if somebody ate it or not, so that kind of threw me off a little bit.
Is anyone gonna put food in the food?
Oh, sorry, I was looking at something else. I kind of
That's
figured
your
somebody
job,
else would do it.
Oven when you oven the cold food, oven out hot.
All right, Wong, get over here.
She's a man eater.
What are you saying?
She'll only come out at night.
Stop it!
Once it'll be fine.
Watch out, boys! I'll take you.
Girls, you might have just been logging into it, but I think you want to like, as soon as the boss reaches you, I think you want to like kite him to the left or right to get him.
That's what
further.
It was what I was looking at, and that's what I tried to do. I think 2 pulls ago, or maybe 2 in a row, and I don't know. Like looking at some videos too, it's not actually as consistent in kills as I thought it was. Like people are baiting like we are on the first one, and the kill I'm looking at right now. So I don't know if it.
Well, I've only looked at like 4 or 5 videos, but the tank is always like going to the very edge and then just instantly like strafing so that the boss gets a little further out.
Yeah.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
I'm gonna get it next to here. Good. So this is actually how we want the first sets to go. Then we're gonna bait on square.
Adds one skull.
Ads are up. You can hit skull, see if we can burst it down. It's baited. Now we want ruler over to diamond. And we're gonna do these 2 here, Aiden. And then we'll go over towards stop next. So these ads should be basically dead by now. Okay, and then against the wall again, so we get these 2 on star.
They should be dead.
And then this is your set of bombs, Walshy. You can either call for the bop, or I can do it on cooldown when I see it pop up for me. I think you should probably call for it.
Oh yeah, I should. Yeah, I should.
Because I was doing it instantly.
We got one more goal.
And then we do 1 more set of traps here. And then now you can move it over towards like moonish, Aiden. Oh god, I can't see it all from this angle. Dead.
Oh, I have to click on the trap to disarm. Okay, I didn't know that. I'm sure someone said that.
Click
Sorry.
the target and then extra action button.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I did.
Yeah, I'm like standing in the fire, spamming the button. I'm like, why is it not working?
So when are you starting to like do grip stuff on the very first set, Walshy?
How do I say it? When I guess, what do you call the statues? Like when it's
Tactical?
like the last, yeah, when it's like the last, like I guess I don't know, tick or wave.
Yeah, it needs to be sooner, I think.
I think it needs to be sooner, and I think if you're using Slappy on the first, which I guess you should be doing, I think you should basically. How long is Slappy?
15
Like how long?
seconds.
Okay. So So like I think you basically want to use Slappy right away and get them all to us, and then Slappy will carry them along to us to our final spot, like that we're running out of the tactical. So I think the first set you want to pull along like right away.
Alright.
And the only thing we don't want to do on that first set then is, since they're being brought along with us and like we'll be in all the cleave, we don't want to like have them get sub 50 right, let's say in the center of the room, because then they're just going to run off during the end of that tactical and it's going to be really awkward still. So we want to like get over to our diamond area, and then they'll be just pulled along over towards that diamond, and then we can fuck them up and start clearing shit.
What's our priority on which ones we're clearing? I just got whichever ones weren't on the outside ring.
Yeah, so early on, basically stuff in the center.
Okay.
Later on, it's going to have to be, so like say later in the fight, we're baiting a tactical like over by star, and so our move would be over to cross, and so we need both a clear spot at star and a clear spot over by cross. So like stuff in the way of that, or like the path to get there would be prio. So like the prio on traps is like the path where we're headed next, and so you know the first one, it's the skull over towards diamond and star, and then we generally will bait the next set of tactical stuff by that star one, and then we can head over here towards like this start between like a circle and cross. But after that, it's going to have to be like based kind of on the random stuff. We will try to go back over towards that probably star half of the room for the next, but like what's the best area exactly will depend. And are you getting the pop-up for the bomb stuff, Walshy?
Yeah.
Okay, so it should be telling you like it's my bop on that set. It's doing that, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so you just call it out then. This is your show for the most part on that.
Oh. Alright, yeah.
Still want to play DK?
Yeah, this is not the gentle introduction that Walshy wanted, I would imagine.
I know you're still like looking at a lot of other stuff, but is the general idea just whenever my stacks fall off, I taunt back? Like it's not. Really
Yeah, since your stacks are lower, it'll just be, fewer stacks that I'm like taunting back. But yeah, as soon as your stacks fall off, generally. The only time that changes is the 2 times, or I guess 3 times, I'm like bubbling to clear stuff. So, but that's we haven't reached that yet. And you saw there after our first tactical bait, so the stuff I was talking about at the very start about there were 2 spots, so like you knew we were trying to fill up that area with the 2 spots by diamond, and then there were also 2 spots right next to star. So like that's what I was talking about recognizing the area that we're like trying to fill up, since you know how the 2 are baited.
Right. It's basically the 4 between diamond and star. That's
yes.
Okay.
And we also had like a random one over there, so like we would have wanted to clear, I think it was around like triangle-ish. There was a random one that we ideally would have wanted to clear like as soon as we could, but I mean,
do they bait just like 2 of them closest to the boss, or closest to, like, what is it based on?
it's like it's got to just be where the boss is, it seems like.
Okay. I'll just try to get him like directly into the wall.
If I'm taking off a trap, is it mostly just like the awkward ones in the middle? Because we're getting the
So early on, especially focus on early on, like especially every ranged and heck even melee, like just make sure you know how to use a trap, so that like later in the fight 60 pulls in, we don't have people that don't have any idea how to use them. So like know how to use a trap, and then early on we're trying to keep kind of center clear, and then the first move, so skull to diamond, so any that are like really inconvenient on that first move, you can clear those too. And so Aiden, like so say where we have boss right on triangle, so he's in the center of these 3 right here, that's kind of the stuff we're trying to avoid when we are baiting, because then it's just a toss-up which 2 of these 3 he picks.
Yeah, like I want to get him all the way in.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yes. So there's a lot of randomness to the traps, but 2 of them we can always control, and we're going to try to use that to our advantage as best we can.
How long do the golems in the ground stay dead and we can pick up the thing?
Not.
It's either... Echo was saying it's like 30 to 40 seconds, but I don't know if that timer is true.
If we
generally
kill
you
the
can
tab that
delay.
spawns on skull and then run away and then come back and pick it up.
I think you probably can.
Okay, because it's dying during the tactile destruction.
But if you're... Like, that area probably is covered in traps.
We don't kill it on skull. We killed it like over near square. Is where it died.
Okay, yeah. You do have some leeway in picking traps up, and especially later on in the fight, you do kind of want to delay a couple seconds to pick them up, just because it allows you to clear some of the later traps that spawn. So you have some leeway. I don't know the exact amount of time they sit on the ground, though.
Okay.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got the first bit now. That's good. Ads are about to spawn. And don't work boss for a second. Everybody should be baiting on square. And now we're headed over to Diamond.
There's like already one here. I don't know what I can do.
So we fill in these 2 here, and then we can clear the one by triangle whenever somebody picks one up. And then we'll bait at the start again.
Where? Which one?
The one on triangle.
Are the last 2 in here?
Yeah, so we'll put them right in here.
Bump me. I mean, yeah, bump.
You're out of it. Okay, good. Okay, and knockback coming up with these. And then also a set of traps. And then move out, and we'd get knocked away from that, so we don't get the dot there ideally. And then 3rd set of bombs. This is raisins your bubble. You should get a warning though. And we're gonna bait. No, there's no more traps. So we're good to bait right here on star, and then we're gonna move over towards cross. We're gonna have to go all the way over there. So star over towards cross. And then there's going to be an early set of traps, so if you can get them on the wall over by, like, circle before it happens. So if we can't, we can just commit to having him in the center, Aiden, and clearing those traps right away. But if we can get him to the wall there, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on where the random traps are.
Yeah. So is that 4 or 1 set of golems we actually got done?
No, one lived for a very long time.
Oh, is that why half the room was fucking...
Yeah.
The problem is,
Yeah,
like, it's like me and like one other person were killing 2 golems like way to the right of triangle in that corner by the dragon head. It's like, I don't know if range is hitting them, but like I feel so alone killing the golems.
Well, this one that spawned on X, it got gripped one time, and then Slappy never got it again, and just walked back to X.
Slappy has a CD, has a DR.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and I mean that is going to happen. So like we either can like otherwise CC or knock, or we just have to say, oh fuck, that is just going to be over there and die over there, and we make sure we kick it until it's dead, and then somebody, a range basically just has to go over there and pick it up in like an unfortunate spot. Like you see that happen in basically every kill. So. Is that wipe 5? No, that was wipe 7.
How long is this fight? Because that we're like
About 5.5 minutes.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, the first like 3.5-ish minutes of the fight, we should have the room fairly clean, and then after that, it's going to be like very full, and we're playing in a tiny bit of space. Just checking some stuff on logs real quick.
We kind of determined the traps bait on the boss, right? So range don't have to be standing in a particular spot on pole.
It does not look like it, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that time it was 2 under boss and then 2 on the opposite side of the arena for the first set of traps.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we can do a lot better damage to the golems. It seems like they are living for quite some time. But I mean, I know a part of that is the first set, like we're moving during it, so.
So they get stunned greater than 50%, right?
They don't get stunned, they can no longer be like CC'd after, or sub 50.
No, yes, above 50.
Yeah, they can be stunned above 50, yes.
So do it.
Yeah, I mean, is there any way we can, like, just grip them all in and then do the little...
And then have like a binding, a sweep, something like that. Generally, yes, I think. Like, I feel like the first set should be fairly easy to get that on.
Yeah, I want to do that, but like, I'll try my best to do it this pull and see what I can do.
I mean, we also don't like getting 3 of the 4 like in that stun is a win. Like we can deal with one ad that's like kind of meandering. Like Aiden can bring it back to us. We can handle stuff like that, and we're gonna have to. So.
Yeah, because I know I blow like 2 of my grips like really early. Just try and save one maybe for the one that's like walking off.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a solid play. Like, I definitely wouldn't waste your single grips early on in the spawn, like to just get them to us faster.
Yeah. And
At
also,
least not on these, yeah.
Yeah, I made a mistake of using Golfines and A-Bomb on like the same one.
Yeah, I feel like you probably can never do that.
2, 1.
Make sure you're also not like, you can see the trap spawn and then there's like a, 2-second delay or something, and then the next they like activate. So like make sure you're not in them when they activate, because that is a dot we do not want to deal with. You're gonna bait on square soon. You can clear this one in the center whenever we get traps out over towards diamond. New set of traps in 5-ish, and knockback coming up with these embers. Okay, and then over towards star. Okay, Carly, perhaps this rice I'll have. Yep, I got you. So we're gonna bait here on star. Basically on triangle, not by star. And we'll head over towards the cross, it looks fine. Still baiting, still baiting, still baiting. Oh, I called the bait way early, that's why there was confusion. Okay, and it's the same deal on this set. We have the bait, and then now we're gonna move. It looks like circle-ish will be the exact same spot, and then we start gathering them now, while she. Oh yeah, I actually wanted to tell you that speed tone I think is very good here. So anything basically where no wait, you can't see my mark. So entrance to the stairs, like all these traps that were on that star, and then anything in the center of the room, we should have at that point had 8 trap clears, so like most of those traps would be gone. And I would have to see how many traps they actually activated, to see if they did any, I guess. This fight is hectic, man.
Could I try to get
slightly hectic? I wouldn't say it's too crazy.
He only throws 2 bombs each time. No.
Could I try to get avoidance for everyone? I don't know how useful that's gonna be.
Does it do anything about the
damage? Probably not the dot.
Is it the fire dot damage or no?
The fire dot damage is like the main source of damage in the fight, so I would imagine it. I mean, I'm not sure if it works under it or not.
I'm not sure if it'd be better than healing taken.
I mean, I could just swap those like easily, either one. I figured the healing is better.
I feel like it is.
I would just guess
Probably.
the healing is better, but
Yeah.
I mean, we can swap it around and see which feels better.
I can get both, but I might be dying.
The thing I would definitely get is the speed taunt. I think that is the biggest of the changes.
Shit, I need.
There is. What was I looking for?
So you can immune the lawn so it doesn't go out. I don't know if that's like helpful for that.
Like immune it or like feign it, and it goes off.
I might could feign it, but I had turtle up and the lawn went on me and the arrow went on me, but the actual lawn didn't go on me.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, really? Because when I ice block my ember, the line goes off as soon as I block it.
Yeah, you have to do it before the ember goes on you.
Okay.
Well,
So like target you while you were clearing traps.
Yeah, and I got targeted while I was clearing traps, so I had
Battle.
turtle up already.
Sorry, I'm just checking something again. This is going to involve a lot of looking between each pull, I feel like.
Can we get one of our analysts on that? Thank you.
Yeah, right.
Anal list.
Hmm.
Don't laugh at that one. It wasn't that funny.
Eventually, like you want us to like clear like the traps at the edge of the room, right? Because that's where we're going.
So like,
Because like I cleared one.
we need.
That was just like here.
So say we are baiting the skull dragon head, we need to be at least like to get to this distance from those dragon heads that baited to survive the tactical. So like, I guess the way I feel like people should kind of learn and think about this is the stuff that needs to be cleared is the next line area in the room we're trying to cover. So like skull to diamond, star to cross, like that sort of line is where we're focusing our clears for that next little bit of time, I think. I think that might be the clearest way to convey it. Because there's so many traps I like can't just mark them all mid-fight. Like that's just never gonna happen. So
It's just like, it was like, I was like clearing traps in the middle, and then I'm just like, this is kind of bad because we're gonna move.
well, like early on, middle is good because
it still has there's like another set, right?
well, like we're trying to keep that area clean for a long time just because that's where we're baiting a lot of. Like you can see the skull or the square, the moon marker. Those are both gonna be like dragon head bait spots. Like. So that's just a area that makes sense to keep clear, especially when we have on this space on the side of the room to fill up still. But I think in general, thinking of it in terms of what's the next line path we're trying to play in the fight makes the most sense in order to cue people in where they're focusing trap clears.
I say skull, square, and moon is where tactical?
Skull, square, moon. We'll never like bait on skull. I don't think.
Square and moon.
Yeah, we bait the first one on moon. We'll bait a later one on on square. We'll bait a later one on moon. Like we're baiting the second one over by star.
Okay.
Although I called it like a set of traps early, I think on that last pull.
Yeah, and then there was traps here, and then it was fucking...
Yep, because we were in the wrong spot, but that one's on me. This is just a fight where like we need a lot of people knowing kind of the plan. So.
Yeah, well, it's the complete opposite heroic.
Yeah, kinda. And then there's melee, who I feel like are probably just 5-ing.
Oh, I'm 5-ing super hard.
I feel like anytime a golem is up there, this is actually actively hitting golem. These things are living so hard.
Yeah, I do think the golems are living way too long. So in general, we need just more damage across the board there.
Okay, breathing
We need
with
to-
beam was trolling.
Yeah.
That's where it said to do it.
Wait, no, I cleared all the marks.
Oh no.
The trolling.
Unfortunate. I'll put him back next pull then. And across to diamond. You guys know where it is. It's here.
I think
This is
it's
good
this
enough.
one.
Okay, so Golem should
Can you
be
pick that up?
focus on the kicks on the Golem and make sure we're killing him. Okay, and still over towards
Somebody hit
triangle or
the drop.
diamond this one. I don't see the Lucor for it, and it looks like it didn't kill us, so somebody must have hit it. This is the second set of bombs, Walshy?
Help me.
There's a dead golem. So I can get.
Yep, we got one Golem on the ground for 2.5, it looked like. Okay, so that is the timer for that. Okay, knockback going up. Get knocked out of these traps, and then we're gonna bait here. Make sure you spread these out enough. And then this is raisins, I believe, your bubble. So you probably clear these before. And then we're getting golems, and then we're getting dragon heads, and we're gonna head towards entrance of room, basically. Yeah, and so these two in center, the ones marked triangle, we would have wanted those cleared. At least one of them, basically.
Oh, that one's slow as fuck. Oh shit.
Like the one you mean by the feast, right?
Just one in the path, like, so there's two, right on that triangle marker. Either of those two would have been fine.
Where's the triangle?
Right there.
Oh. Okay.
Bro, who's chewing? Oh, up.
Hey Rice, probably Spec Shadowfears.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
so
do that.
we're doing something right now that I feel like it's bad. The arrows don't serve a purpose, right? Like that's just damage we're supposed to
Arrows don't
avoid.
serve a purpose.
No one's supposed to soak anything. We're not supposed to
supposed to
aim them
not
at
do
anything.
anything.
Okay,
Not
so then
do
here's what we're doing that isn't good. I made a paint picture.
Oh god.
Yes!
See picture.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
As soon as I find it, hold on, there's two of them.
I want the boat.
She meant she's making a paint picture.
Make pretty picture.
Okay,
You're
we're
artist.
doing this right now. When we should be doing...
Holy fuck, what did you guys do in Raider today?
We should be doing the second one. We're currently doing the first one. We should try to be doing the second one.
Ah.
That's a very good
in the
try.
trap.
Wow.
That's a really shiny
You have
star.
time to do that.
So I
I really
I
want
get
Jesus
it.
right now.
don't
love
think you
this.
typically see guilds do that, Kelly, but that does not mean we can't. So what is your thought process behind this, I guess?
Because it is really hard, and there's a huge gap in that first picture. There normally isn't. Trying to not get hit by a line is hard, but if you like go into melee and go off to the sides, like the lines shoot through the puddles and no one's over there anyway. You don't have to worry about hitting anybody. I feel like we're
That is
taking a lot
So,
of extra line damage.
The problem with your second one is that basically every other set of embers overlaps a blast wave, and that means every one of the ember people is going to get knocked into a puddle on their.
Just glide. You're fine.
Yeah,
You
which
could just
may not matter a ton early on, but that is absolutely going to kill people later in the fight when like we're just behind on everything.
Okay, I could see that.
I do think there's a couple things where we're not doing great with embers. One, I think people are moving late, which is obviously not great. Two, the boss, which I think it's mainly been my fault, but just for Aiden's reference too, like we need to some degree keep track of when the lines are about to shoot out and try not to move boss like at the last second. Just so we don't confuse people with lines. And then, so the line is actually pretty narrow. So if you are like so say it was me and I had the little ember right here. So Rice, come stand here. Right on the thing. So if that was Rice and he had the ember, you can pretty much be like where I am and not get hit by his line. It is like very, very narrow. So we need to spread them out and then like have people stay put. And then especially melee, who I think are probably in more danger of this, like you just have to know that the lines are actually pretty small. And so like you might be in a tiny gap, but as long as you have that distance measured, like you will be safe as long as we don't move boss, last second or anything. Truthfully, it feels like the bigger problem is that they keep fucking moving and applying dots to people. Are you talking about the ember people?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest of it. Is just ember people need to like find your spot. You don't need to like make sure you move off of people. You need to find your spot, spread from the other 3 embers, and then plant, basically.
Is that why you're not ready, Rice?
We're good, bro.
Do you have trouble like getting to all of them, Walshy, before the bop runs out by any chance?
No, not yet.
Okay, just checking. If you find you are out of speed and like are in trouble with that, I can freedom you. So.
Alright.
Is Roar up for every run out thingy?
They're like a minute 15 apart, so I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't check if he's playing 1 minute Roar, but.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So the one to the left of square we can clear, and then the one in the center we can also clear. Okay, bombs are out, and we can start moving over towards diamond. And then we're focusing on the golems. Looks like 2 of the lines are pretty close. You can get raised up. Just run through this to get out for now, I guess. Ghost or Co, can you clear the one at Star?
I got it. Oh, Star. Coast gotta go back. I got the one that.
Bob.
Did we get the wrong head baited on the first event?
Yeah, we were one off.
Yeah, I can't really get to Diamond because of that.
Should be... Nope. Still didn't get him back in there in time.
Oh, fuck, I'm dead.
Yeah, you can just stay. So like first two traps, first adds, and running out over towards Diamond, all good. First bait, not great, and everything after that was kind of fucked. But first like 45 seconds, not bad.
How much extra ember damage are we taking? Because it feels like a ton.
Wait, am I supposed to dodge? Wait, if I have ember in the line, does the line? Do I have to dodge that line, or am I getting hit by?
No, it's going to hit you.
If you if you have it, then you can't avoid it unless like you're doing the traps thing. It sounds like, but nobody else has to get hit by those lines.
Right. Rice, I accidentally soul stone myself instead of Carly.
Are people taking a lot of unstable ember damage?
I got knocked.
Because I feel like that one should be really obvious. It's just don't be in the circle around like the 4 people. But
When it applies, when they get the circles, it like instantly applies the unstable ember.
Or just getting knocked into traps is kind of like ass. It hurts a lot.
so we can avoid this most of the time. It's just we're not used to it yet. Like I'm not used to the timing of the trap going out and the knock wave, so I'm not calling it. But you can always, we always know what order they're going to happen, and so like we can get knocked away from that trap set spawning.
So like when the traps are about to like spawn, you can see like the trap like flicker, and like.
Yes. You should never,
So if you're
even during a blast wave, get knocked into a like spawning set. You should never take the initial tick of like trap spawning or get knocked into them until much later.
Yeah, right now we're just taking a lot of Dragon gems. I fucking took one because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main source of the damage that like is avoidable that we're taking right now is the trap dot. I'm sure there's some unstable ember damage in there that's also fucking us up, but I think it's mainly the trap dot since we took 15 million and all of that is avoidable. Apparently, I'm just dropping feast
Yeah, I was gonna say,
all
you
over the
dropped
place,
food
man.
and then-
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I'm not focusing on that.
When I get a new one, I want one to myself, please.
No, I didn't even look at the time. We'll do one more and then we'll take break.
I'm gonna step in Tim's slop bucket.
Hey, yo. Hey,
Oh, but that was
yo.
really good on the first asset. Like those first two got fucking owned.
The first set of bombs is 3 bombs, right?
They're all 3 bombs.
I think it helps if I run out early and change them.
Because I'm
So
on
then
one.
fucking run to Africa.
Heads are we trying to bait? We're trying to bait Skull in the unmarked one.
Skull and the unmarked.
Yeah,
We're
for-
trying to get
for
the first one
technical.
at like Skull, basically.
no.
If we're right on square, we'll bait it every
Yeah,
time.
because like you don't need to bait too. Like it's bullshit. Like you can just like go run around, and start doing your shit.
I just mean like the tactical destruction, like as it comes.
Yeah,
to
so
different dragon
just we want to be on
3.
square and we'll bait the right one every time.
heads. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That trap is important.
We can clear it with the first set, but yeah, it's not great. Yeah. So we just do. We'll do a triangle bait. And so then we're moving. and then you're gonna have that's not safing because of the weird bait.
Yeah, I see.
Skulls.
What? Get a trap so he can do his thing.
And then those lines are so close there.
So it's fine.
I'm not sure if that's fine for that one, but yeah, it's fine.
You should be his trap so he can do his bombs.
Bomb's gonna
Ooh,
go.
Ow.
Oh.
We can die. I did also notice just before we take our break and go away, so like we had to change the bait over towards triangle, which is fine, like that might happen sometimes. And we had like ranged at triangle, but melee was all at square. So we don't want that to happen.
Yeah, melee. You vibing pieces of shit.
Alright, I'll go stand with ranged.
But we can talk about all that when we get back.
break's done already? What the fuck?
I think
Crazy how time
half the
works,
people
isn't
aren't back yet. So you are good.
I haven't even finished
Holy
shitting.
shit.
I'm fucking.
Are you on the toilet right now?
7
No.
people not back.
Oh, you're just shit in the chair like a real gamer.
I'm
Yeah,
cooking
man.
something gross.
You're cooking like a strategy
Can you
up,
smell what the
or
rice
you're
is
cooking food?
Fucking both.
Both.
I'm about to eat the shit out of this motherfucker.
Better eat the shit.
No, I was just grabbing some sweets.
What kind of sweets?
Some ice cream and a flan.
Oh, in flan.
Never cared for flan.
Yeah, it's fucking nasty. Looks all delectable and gorgeous, especially like in anime when they draw it really nice. Except then you see it in real life and it's like pain.
I've had a good flan or two.
I've had it like twice, and one of the times I puked, so I'm good.
But typically, if there's flan, there's chocolate-covered churros, so I go that route.
Exactly.
Man, the ready check's failing for a suspiciously high number of people.
I just came
clicked
back.
it.
Oh,
I don't know.
honestly, I'm just looking at my chat.
I'm fucking.
I couldn't do.
Yeah, I'm fucking.
Honestly, I'm still tabbed over to Diablo 4.
I wish I could run both these games at the same time. D4.
My computer would explode if they ran.
It just makes WoW run like shit.
Bro, I wish I could run this game.
Fuck.
At the same time as this game.
What was our best pull? I'm gonna fucking suss some people out.
Sassy.
Mark, and then we're good.
Who the fuck is Mark?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
That's my job.
His name is Tim, not Mark Brawlis.
Yeah.
True.
5,
Who's Tim
4,
Mark Brawler?
3, 2, 1.
Not much. Who's Tim Mark Girls with you?
I get it. What the fuck?
Don't get clipped by these traps. We're baiting soon. Your bombs are out.
Fuck! I got a bomb, guys. I'm helping.
You can do this star first, and it's not a huge deal if you do that, I guess. What's happening? A new trap spawning. Don't get clipped. And then you can just fill in this next to here. There's one on this side doesn't count. Yeah, or right where I am trying.
You can taunt this one also.
Yeah, sorry, I was just over here dancing trying to guide you.
Oh my fuck!
And you're just dying. You can wipe.
Wait, girls,
Think
where
that
would I
was a bomb.
clear?
Think that was a bomb going
Where would
off,
I
right?
clear at this point? Like shit at moon, right? Like the two at moon?
And the one in the
So
corner of Star.
the one at moon and
The one at circle?
corner at star. The one in corner and star is honestly fine because the small one right by where boss is right now, that like we still have two traps there. We could have baited this set.
Yeah. So
Although
I was gonna clear the shit at moon.
Yeah, moon would have been fine, and then I think I saw one near star, like towards the wall, that we could have cleared since we were headed in that direction.
Oh, that's way too far, bro. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but do the moon one, and then like other people that have traps once we get over there can clear that one. And that was a bomb blown up, right?
Yeah, it was a bomb.
Yeah, it was a bomb.
Was that? That was.
I think that was Walshies.
That was from.
No.
That
couldn't
was
have
from
been.
Mark.
Oh,
That was
okay.
from-
Yeah, it had to be from first because it spawns 34. Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Oh,
just
shit,
farm
can we
here
reset?
Or like hit him during that big like destruction thing. I just don't think that that's like a good idea. I don't know. I think I should just hit him after that.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely fine. You have like 25 seconds, I think, after. I guess it would be like 23 after the tactical to clear him. So. They spawn like 34 seconds into the fight, so you have till, 104 on fight timer if you're looking at that. Or the liquid weak wares also tell you. We also want to try to move boss a little. I think you have it by this point. When do you take it at the start date? And I don't actually know.
Like right when you get to like 9 or 10 stacks. I don't really. I'm just looking at your.
It's basically, I think, right after the second set of traps spawn.
Yeah.
So right after that, if you can get him to where he's like almost on square, that would be great, because then melee don't lose any uptime, and that's where we want to bait. But I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah.
So.
I just didn't know exactly where to put him, but that's fine.
Yeah, like he can be exactly where we're trying to bait. That's fine. So.
Okay.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Traps about to spawn. And they're up. And then we're gonna bait on square. Careful, Ella, you don't want to be on square with the bait or with the ember. And we're running out. We're towards diamond. Got 26 on bombs, by the way, traps. Okay, and then
Careful.
that's a shitty random one. Oh my god, that sucks.
I'll get it.
There's fine though. Aiden.
I couldn't kick that.
We got one golem timing out in 5, I guess, from first set. So we're missing one bomb pickup on first set, it looks like.
No, I was about to go get him with somebody.
Or sorry, not bomb. I don't even know what to call him. Trap disabler, whatever. What the fuck? So basically, all of that trap stuff is kind of exactly how we're gonna play it up to this point. In terms of like boss positioning and baiting, those are all correct. So you can see, like this one at triangle could be cleared just so we have an easier path. The one right in the center by that moon marker could be cleared, and the one left of circle could be cleared. And we had 3 traps that like would have been available to do all that.
What the fuck? I'm dead.
Else, be careful with fell rushing across the room.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, I might go no mover build.
Does anybody know if there's an easy way on logs to check, like, I guess maybe how many times they cast activate trap? Like how many we're getting extra?
I know we got at least 1 there.
Yeah.
Before like everything went to shit.
Let me see. 1 second.
It was me and Wah were hitting one, and neither of us had kick up.
I had.
'Cause I don't think they get spell locked.
I had kick up, but it was just like.
I guess you
gotta make it over there.
You can't necessarily just do that because they start the cast and get interrupted, I guess.
We could
here,
play
if you go
Destro,
to-
but right now, me and Rice are picking up a lot of the traps when we kill them, and if we're doing that as Destro, I feel like we're just not gonna be doing damage at all to anything. And we just need
Yeah,
everyone
but who's
to hit the golems.
who's
Yeah,
killing the
that's
golems
the
though?
that's the
Nobody. All
already.
right.
how many times
Yeah.
they start the cast, Carly.
We'll
That's
do
what I
what?
saw.
We'll
On
do
that poll,
what?
I was second on golems.
We'll do what?
That should not be the case.
I'll play what? Let me play first.
Alright, our overall golem damage tonight is Law, Cavestus, Phallus, me, Ellie.
Me?
You're 5th.
You're number 1 that pool.
By a large margin.
All I do is dot them, man. I think I pressed void point
that's-
on one of them.
Congratulations.
Shadow Priest AoE
That's about what
is
everyone's
too
doing.
I'll play.
Nobody wants to.
So-
Let me play.
I don't necessarily know that healers like should get into the habit of picking them up, but if you guys want to try, I guess you are also decent options. Especially like if you don't have cooldowns assigned for that period, like why not do a trap? Because like there we had Rice, Cavestus, Kelly pick up the first set of golem stuff, so we missed the one, timed out, and then like I think right now. Trying to think.
Uno momento. Grabbing a spec.
Like I think the people we want picking up trap deactivators tend to be people that tend to be ranged that are fast enough and can get to like inconvenient traps. So like mages are the prime example of like a good person to pick up, because you can basically, even if there is a trap that is blocked off by another trap, like you could blink over it and it's fine. Warlocks I think are also probably really good at that because they can like personal portal and stuff to do similar things. But I don't want to be like, oh, like Ghost Rice Wah, like you're always picking up traps, because that's just not going to work either. So like
3 of us are already trying to grab them every time we can.
I only grabbed one because you said they were expiring soon. I saw 2 in the back, so
yeah,
I rushed for one.
I think there are probably some range just looking through these pools that like are either actively avoiding picking them up for some reason or just don't know what to do, which is honestly still fine at this point, but you need to like let it be known that you don't know what to do.
I fucking dare you, bro.
So in terms of
I'm being
like, how
honest.
how to pick it up, or like what to clear, I guess, because those are 2 different things.
What to do just in general, just like the whole thing. Is it just add die, go on add, click it, and then run over
No,
traps?
not run.
So
no, not
add-
run over. Not
So
run
add dies, and they have like the little sparkly like loot animation kind of, so that then you know like there's a trap there. Then you can go, and I think it's just a click, right? Like there's nothing
It's a
special.
click, yeah.
You
And
just-
you don't need to be in it.
Target the trap.
No. I'm talking about picking up.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah,
you
yeah.
just go, you
Just
click on it, yeah, and then let's say it was this skull trap that we want to go to. So you don't want to go here because then you're in the trap, but you can go basically here. You click on the little center portion, but I think it's probably a very loose like click area. Like feel like you have leeway.
It is. It's very generous.
So you just click like on the trap and then extra action button, which you'll have.
And it actually has a larger range than you think. Like, I've gotten something like where I'm standing right now if we're still going at Skull. Like, it's actually kind of...
Yeah, it's
not
pretty good.
long, but you don't need to be right up pixel next to the trap or anything. You
The only thing I don't know is whether it, once you hit the extra action, if it's a channel or something, but I don't think it is.
I think it's, like, it does a little animation,
It
but I
is?
don't think
Okay.
it has an actual channel.
I will
A
test
follow-up question. What traps are we supposed to clear? Because we can't get all of them.
So we cannot get all of them, and it's going to be a little bit different all the time. So like central traps, like by the star in the center, around that area, are pretty much always okay to clear in the start. And then, so like in the first part of the fight when we're headed from Skull over to Diamond. So traps in that path that like people would either have to run through or maybe take a like detour to run around, all of those are also okay to clear too. And that holds true for basically the rest of the fight. So like later on when we're overbaiting on Star and then we're headed over towards kind of between Cross and Circle, any traps that are either central or like inconvenient to get over to that Cross Circle area, we can also clear those. And by that point in the fight, we'll have 4 new traps, or I guess not 4 new traps, but we can have some of the traps from the first set still if people picked them up late to clear, which is why we're like delaying picking them up a little bit if we can. And then we'll have 4 new traps that we're going to have, or 4 new clears shortly after we get over to X. So 8 things that we would have wanted to clear by that point in the fight.
Yo, can we attack these golems more? Somehow?
You need any food?
Yeah, that is the yeah, I can food. So is the reason the damage on them is so low because just the grouping is still being worked out? Is it because people aren't hitting them? Is it because they're like so far out of the way that melee can't hit them? Is it just range, like not targeting them?
More range needs to do it. It was just hard for me as Destro, like it was just hard for me as Demo there, because like my pet has to fucking walk his ass over there, but I'm Destro now.
I just hard swap as soon as they spawn. I don't even like look at the boss until all the ads are dead.
I really can carry the fucking ass down.
Try not the hard swap, maybe, like, because I still need to group him, and they're all at like 50%. I can't do shit, and they'll just find.
I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, obviously, like you can still set up some shit, like put dots up, but don't just fucking press every button.
Just wait down, Keith. Although I feel like he probably has a contribution. Oh, nope. Never mind.
I was just looking at stuff.
Alright, let's see how this pull goes. I'm just gonna hit
I feel like we were more consistent on the ads once I started hard swapping, but I'll wait.
2, 1.
If you're gonna hard swap, why don't you just play Destro?
So what is the reason you would not play Destro, I guess?
I thought running around picking up traps.
Like sucks.
Bad.
So we're gonna get a unusual second trap, but there's nothing we can do about it. So
if we actually
and then head over to square.
Demo will do more damage. Also,
we're baiting on square, so everybody should be over here. Melee included.
I think we're gonna be pretty bad this week since we only have 1 DK. Just like in general.
And then any in the center we would clear later. That we're gonna highlight triangles.
Not supposed to put that bomb.
Yeah, bombs are banned for everybody except for the Pallies and Washi. And,
good thing they're really
traps.
easy to see.
And they go down right as we're running out, yeah.
And you're headed over. That's next to it. Good. Kavastis, you can clear something. There's also a couple golems on the floor still.
Bob. Non-range.
Nope, you're good.
probably want to get who has a clear.
And last set of traps before the thing. Ko's got a traps clear still. So when we get over, you can clear one of these ones in the middle, Ko. Yep. There's one of the ones in the center. Either's fine. Good. And then we're gonna bait here just by star. This would be Raisin set of bomb clears. And you bubble these, so you can probably just do them right away, Raisins, but he's dead. And then we have baited on star, and then we're headed over towards cross.
There's one out in Africa by Diamond.
Yeah, I mean, at this point with everybody dead, they're just doing their thing.
Well, I did learn the trap disarm is a cast.
Yep.
Yeah?
So
is this your first time?
Well, it's not a channel. That's what we're getting at.
Do I need to clear those bombs before that annihilate thing comes out so we don't hit them?
I would say no. I think people just need to be aware, like, traps are spawning, and then they should be able to avoid it. It's like not trivial to see in the fire, but I feel like it's not that bad. If you don't know, the bombs spawning are a like little brown swirl. So
like a boop.
Yep. Like I think it's the exact animation of like the Echo and Eltharian like brown shit on the ground.
Brown shit on the ground.
Whenever Ghost is good.
Good. Why did I just get misdirect on me?
You're
You
fine,
know,
bro.
who knows? But you'll blast.
1.
You'll blast.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, blast.
He's gonna pump this pull. It's fine. Yeah.
No, I'm
Pump
not.
threat.
I'm playing Esther now. I'm not doing any damage.
Carlos has an omen meter, not a DPS meter.
Okay, Keith. Pass over to square. Down square. And we're moving. Bombs are out. Watch them. Okay, careful of the lines. Knock back soon.
I murdered a lot of people.
Yeah.
I was blocking the thing. Yep. Okay.
Probably just die. I feel like when we're losing like a healer, especially this early, it's just kind of fucked. Did you kill all four of them?
I think I did.
Not bad.
Still not as, my record is still Razageth.
Wait, my extra action. Why am I casting a Hearthstone? Oh, it's the wrong bind.
Bye.
Suck.
So basically, it
Put
was
the
all
link
4
closer to the
people.
boss.
Wait, so all 4 people who'd gotten the previous set of embers were in my line.
Doesn't the line extend back farther than the end target?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is, so in theory, only 4 if we're doing everything right, only 4 people should have the debuff at a time. Like from the previous set, because it lasts 30 seconds, in case you didn't realize. In case people didn't know this yet. Is even if you were targeted by the previous set, you cannot be hit by another person's line in the next set, because they come out too fast.
Yeah, the problem is when people are about to have their lines resolved and they move last second to like.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of other like people can fucking
also
like I literally just
probably
murdered
the
4
boss
people there.
sometimes during that.
The third set, I think, is what it is, but the one we're moving over to Diamond is the like thing I was talking about earlier, where I think what we actually do there, Aiden, is you probably get him to like triangle there and then like plant for a second, and then you speed taunt him to try to get him on the wall before that set of traps spawn. It's got to be super tight though, so I don't know if it's actually going to be consistent.
Alright, what's that one just to make the lines blow up?
Just so the boss isn't moving at the last second, because I feel like I think it's that set where boss is moving and like that's where 4 people died there. I don't know if that was a huge part of it, but
No, I ice blocked it and sent the line off 7 seconds early before people were expecting it to resolve.
That'll get you.
Yep. I was trying to hit a deep goal and was ice blocked the tactical destruction. Like, saw 4 people die behind me.
Never Fatless is good.
Oh, sorry, I'm ready.
He's playing D4.
Get him out of here.
Wait, did you say you were good or?
I
you
am
will
good,
be
yes.
Okay.
Soulfire.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And then we're headed to square. Ads are spawning. Everybody on square. Evaded and bombs are spawning too, so just watch your feet.
Oh, those feet.
Yep. And then knockback. And traps, yeah, these two are fine, honestly.
Encrypted away.
Ooh, can we clear one of those?
Yeah.
I'll get it as soon as I'm able to get over there. I'm just running through, I guess. And Kelly and Wild clear like the ones around us.
Bop. Shit. My mic was muted, my bad.
And then get knocked out of the traps. Or just die like an idiot. Stay here for a second. You're baiting by star. You can just be right on boss. Don't run into these bombs. And he's baited. You're headed to cross. Get the one on triangle with one of these early. Oh, we're not gonna kill him.
We're not gonna kill him. I thought this was a pull.
It was almost a pull.
I couldn't see my feet. Go past us going, oh, those feet.
I feel like I learned that if we're actually looking okay from a trap position after the first 3 clears, we save the 4th one to see if we get a really awkward one. Because I just kind of done oh well, might as well clear with Mayan late there, and then that first spawn was right in the middle near where we were.
Yeah, I think we want probably at least one, maybe 2 people from that first set of bombs to pick up just, 5 to 10 seconds late from like when that ad is dead. And then that means we have those 2 extra clears for that third set of traps that spawns before our second dragon head. You want the weak aura for the bombs? I think do you have the liquid pack race?
No, I need the one that tracks who has it.
I can also share that, sure. It's going to show parts on the ground, the bombs, and who has like trap clears. So there's 3 things in that list.
I see it. That's good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Okay, game.
That'll be fine.
Alter time might be
Okay. So the start was not great.
What's going on?
I mean, we won't be back here for a while, so it's fine. Just over by like where bosses is fine. And then you're gonna have to do triangle. Well, you can get down.
I can make it work.
Yeah. Hey, don't worry if your ember. Your traps coming out. First ones. And then we'll do these next two over here.
I'll hold. You guys can. I have a bomb. I'll hold. I'll hold.
A bomb? Rice and Ghost both have to clear late ones here, so.
Like Ghost, you can clear. I'll hold my bomb for them.
Which
and
one do you
remember
want?
you get knocked out of
What
this?
do you want me to get?
Though. Maybe the one near square. I don't know.
Okay, we're baiting here.
Yeah.
On triangle. You can get the one like right in front of circle when we get over there.
I got it. I got it.
And then new set of bombs. This is raisins. And it's baited. And then you're headed over to cross. And then ideally, I think we want to get that one on new triangle. Actually, no, there's still two sets over here, so we'd be fine for this next set of traps. I like the later pickup there, though. Just having those two options is nice.
We did have a golem expire in the back.
What'd you say, Kelly?
We had a golem expire in the back.
Yeah.
First set.
Pretty sure. It was pretty early on, so it's probably the first set.
No, I picked up 2 that set. So definitely, did we only get 3 total?
I saw a golem fade and I didn't see anyone back there. It's possible someone picked it up, but it was so far in the back away from the group and I didn't see any nameplates back there.
No, all 4 got picked
Rice.
up.
It was
All the warlocks.
2 apiece by the warlocks.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this fight would be pretty different, Aiden, if we could just stand in the corner.
That would be easy.
In fact, we would have already learned every part of the fight, because this first little, like, 2 trap spawns is the whole fight. Then we just go over to Diamond and stand there the rest of the fight.
That's sick.
So, a little easier.
Dude, I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm having fun with the fight.
I can't tell if Alfie's having fun or if he's panicking, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's fun. I get to do my own shit.
Unique job with fun over there.
I forgot.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Can't speak for ranged DPS anymore, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we can clear the one to the left of square, like, very early. We're baiting on square for now, though. Moving her out, like bombs.
Watch the bomb.
Raisins, if you can just bubble those bombs since Traps is dead. Watch the knock.
I fucked it.
It's okay. So just stay here by mini trap, and then we can get these two here, hopefully. Bob here, Walshy. Kelly, you can clear. Triangle. Okay, we're gonna bait here. And then this set, yes. I don't really know what to do here since we fucked up our things. You can just slow clear these, Walshy, I guess. And then running across the room. So the ones by any of the ones by triangle. So mini ones, basically.
True.
These guys are
Trap
casting.
Well, everyone's dead.
Yeah, everybody's dead, so it's like.
How bad is it for me to stand in one of these people's
Can
circles?
It's not great, but I mean.
Cause like I needed to stand exactly where somebody was standing with the circle, and I couldn't move the boss to the right spot because I was trying to avoid them.
It's 60k a second in the form of a dot that will linger for 10 seconds.
Can I have like?
That's probably fine.
I want.
Can you have what race?
It's just like I want a DH or some shit to like stun. I mean, I can Shadow Fury, but it's just like I'm like running around half the fucking time on when they get grouped up.
I don't think people stun them from the replays I'm seeing.
That doesn't mean it's not good to stun them.
I think we should just like YOLO tonight and then actually like watch videos between today and tomorrow and figure out what the fuck we need to do. Because I think we're probably doing a shit ton of shit wrong right now.
Yeah, we have 20 minutes left just to make sure everyone knows what to do, like even how to live the first 2 minutes.
I think the problem with just like looking at a bunch of videos is if you look at 5 different videos, like they do things quite differently between the 5.
Show us the video to watch then.
My bad then. Don't watch any videos.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, unlike a lot of other fights, it's not going to be like, oh, we can watch the video and this is our exact strat. Like we can learn a lot, yes, and we should do that, but there's so much randomness to the fight that like we can't just copy one for one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Trap spawns here. Or just troll men.
The fuck is this?
This is fucked.
It's fine, we can bait on square. And then this area of the room we don't come back to for a while. Watch the bombs. Careful on the lines.
X is pretty low. Kill X, did you?
Make sure you find a decent clear for these.
Bob.
Based on anecdotal
Price trap
evidence,
and WoW all have, so.
I think
They're the one over on on X side.
I'm waiting for this set to spawn.
And trap spawn.
We're gonna go through X side, so.
my anecdotal evidence about traps is that you just mouse over the one you want to clear.
Okay.
Bait and then triangle.
Maybe.
I'll take out spawn. This is
well, do it.
reasons clear out these bombs. And then have it over to cross. And then traps are about to spawn, so like...
Can't like get a ball.
Yeah, I think that's the set that most people kind of pause at. Which is fine, because we have like two clears, or at least one clear there.
We just drop shit in the middle then? Like,
Yeah, so we'd get... We basically would want to get over towards triangle, like on that half of the room, and then we can just spawn them wherever, kind of, the two. And then we can get to the wall for the next set. I've seen that in several videos.
For the beams?
Yeah.
Okay, so we want like 2 or we just want at least 1 bomb to be hold for those set of trap, right?
Yeah, because if you think, if we're holding 1 set of bombs there and Aiden's stopping here, like, even if we get, 2 here...
you didn't do the wiggly one.
It's true. Even if we get 2 where I was jumping, by where boss spawns, we have the 1 to clear and get us into this area.
No.
So, like, it is fine.
Yeah.
And then we have a lot of space over on the wall to drop shit next. How are people dying to early elimination protocols, by the way? Just, they're not clear where the edge is, or?
Bad positioning.
Okay, just checking.
No.
Oh, we need fort, by the way.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Gonna be on square. Watch the bombs as we run out. Just weave through these and then we can clear either of those 2 between, or besides that triangle, or both of them rather.
Sorry, rest. One out in the middle of nowhere.
And also clear the one by triangle when we get a chance.
Oh, I didn't ask you about
And knockback coming up soon.
That's alright.
Just
That's
pop
fine.
off you then.
Oh, that's
It's
fine,
fine.
yeah.
It'll be back up for the next one. Okay, and then we're baiting here. We'd want...
I died with a bomb, so...
And we had another one.
We died with... Actually, we died with 2 bombs. Look at Schwago also had.
Oh, we lost 3 then.
Yeah. So we bait here, then we'll move it across, and then we're going to stop him basically here. New traps are going to spawn, and then we head to the wall. I mean, I do think I like that, though, this stopping. Obviously, our traps are very fucked, kind of, because of other stuff, but...
Only 3 interrupts went out in the entire fight. Need more interrupts.
Yeah, I think people. So once they've Yeah, like we're hitting them a little once they're grouped up, and then they're running off at like 20% health, and like 3 of us are hitting them and interrupting them.
Yeah, I kicked one.
I don't know, maybe there's some overlaps in there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a important point. Like, sub 50, they are going to run off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just going to happen. But that doesn't mean, for right now, like anyone, but especially ranged, like, that you can just stop, like, hitting them. Like, them running off means you now, like, have more urgency to finish them, and especially to kick them, like, while you're finishing them. I am somewhat concerned by the damage on the golems, but that's a after raid investigation.
Should I be like, when I'm not taking the bot, should I be running around hitting golems? I don't know if that's stupid. I don't even know how much that really helps either.
I think like your kind of best use when you're not hitting the boss is probably like if you could toss down rings to help control golems, like if they're above 50, that's useful. Like you even just getting kicks on some that are like not, you know, being kicked, like that sort of stuff I think is probably most useful. But I also like, it's not going to solve the problem if you're the only one. Like if there's 4 people kicking, like basically all the ranged DPS should be looking to kick stuff, and melee too, but like range just have better kicks in a lot of these situations, which is not something I would have thought I'd ever say.
I'm fucking done, girl.
Comment, we need a ton of shots.
Nah, I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done.
2, 1.
Fading on square. Sure we don't die to something stupid like running through a bomb, which are down now.
That just happened.
You may have ran through bomb.
Get raisins. Watch the knock.
House got off.
And that's very good, Aiden. Set of mobs is going down while she...
I can't.
You can go, Wolf. I got it. Nope, I don't have the kick though.
Knocked back soon. Get knocked out of these traps.
You're holding one right there.
Ghost has, but he's dead.
I'm dead.
Mother flowers.
Was I out of range?
Wow. No.
And this is raisins clear. Alright, spawn. We bring them with us. New traps, we hold them here for the lines. Watch them knock. And then we bring them in here.
Well, what's the cooldown on your single grip?
15 seconds.
Okay.
But I have 2 at the start there, but yeah. Wondering when to use Golfins at that point.
Well, one thing I'm noticing, I'm not saying you should definitely change things based on this, but I notice you like slow them all before you do any grip, so that's like a lot of time with your grip on CD, so maybe it's worth like doing an initial singular grip, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think your job's gonna be hard as fuck as 1DK in any case. So
Yeah, basically, ones that look like they're running with us, you don't need to slow at all. Ones that are running the opposite direction from where we're going, like I'll throw a Frostbolt or a Nova on them to hold them for a sec so they'll still be there.
Yeah, that is also a good point. Like, I don't know what determines where they run to, but they do seem to run with us a lot of the time, and those are like kind of freebies. I do agree with what you're saying, Rice. So Rice was saying when he has embers, it's very like if you have embers and you're one of the ones that's being relied upon to do trap stuff, like that's a pretty bad combo. You could like wait and do it after the ember, but like that's a pretty big chunk of time, like 10 or 12 seconds, whatever it is, that you're just sitting there. So like, I guess that's a roundabout way of saying like relying on kind of at this point 3 people, the Warlocks and Wa, and then whoever else is doing it to pick up traps isn't really a great long-term strategy, because like they're going to get embers a lot, and like then it's just suboptimal. So I think we need more people, more ranged, especially picking up traps.
I don't know if I should
situations
say
like that.
this, but I'm going to. You don't get embers if you have the debuff, so if you intentionally stand in a line, you won't get the next set. I don't know if you want to like cheese. Yeah, I know.
What if
but
everyone
like
has it though?
then we die. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if the Warlocks specifically need to avoid a set, then that would be a way to do it.
Fuck no.
I think the solution is just everyone needs to go do it. Also, yeah, Kelly or Marius, could one of you stand after the dragon heads go off while we're cleaning up the ads? Can one of you just stand in the middle?
Yeah, Marius and I are talking about that right now.
Okay, cool.
One sec.
Oops, got the wrong macro on.
Yeah, I mean, especially on... I don't even know if that's true. We do have a lot of people getting hit by the line stuff too. So I'm guessing people are still moving a lot at the last second. Or people just aren't aware of positioning.
The picture I did draw works on the non-knockback set, so like there's quite a few where we can kind of cheese it a little bit and put it towards the puddles. If people have boss frames and they can see the knockback timer.
That would be 2 big brains. What are you doing?
Kind of miss war.
I mean, I said 1 blood decay was going to be hard, but it is doable.
I'm still having fun.
That's good.
That's all that matters.
We get him back next Wednesday or Thursday?
5.
He is back next Wednesday. He will be here at Raid next Wednesday. Or so he said.
What the fuck? My mouse isn't working. Alright,
Plug it in.
You're playing Destry, aren't you?
Won't get its job.
Right, so which of these ads do you have?
Both? Oh, I don't know. I looked the nearest one.
Watch slums. Do you have 1 aqua gun there in some kind of thing?
It's 141.
Yeah.
Got it.
Watch
Cast
them out.
off.
What the fuck? I'm dead?
Watch that moon one.
So like this is not a knockback set and could be put towards other puddles. Just
Cavestus and Wa, you still have trap clears.
Yo, res me.
You want anyone up?
Up.
You can get.
I got Rice.
Is Rice dead? Yeah, Rice is dead. Oh, fuck off.
Oh,
It's fine. No, it's fine.
How much damage do the bombs like do? Like, could I clear them with dispersion?
I mean, I don't think that's ever something unless
I thought the dot
a bunch of people are dead.
scary.
Oh.
Yeah. It's also physical damage, which, like, dispersion is great, but
Just thought.
we can do one more.
Just a little thought from a little thought.
Ha ha ha! It's funny because I'm a slut.
Dead because I wasn't looking from the amber lines.
Even if you survive the
There's a dot after.
hit, it's the
Yeah.
no, excuse me. It's an even million for actually soaking it up front, but then it's a 137k fizz every second for 8 seconds.
Or 8 seconds. Jesus.
So
Okay.
you could maybe survive the 1 mil hit, but does dispersion last 8 seconds?
No.
Yeah, then you're dead.
You can live.
Dispersion
I guess
lasts
maybe.
6 seconds.
Those last 2, I guess maybe. That's just it's still gonna hit you fucking hard.
Also, wouldn't it stack if I cleared all 3?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
it does.
Hella dead.
I mean, you'd be dead from the 3 initial hits piled up.
You could maybe
I mean, it's a
disperse
good-
1 single bomb.
Yeah, it's a good panic if we miss one
If we-
bomb. You
yeah,
can
yeah,
disperse it.
I just saw him run through
probably
mine. I was
live.
like, maybe.
I mean, if we're ever in a weird spot where it's like, oh my god, we need to blow a bomb to keep a really good pull going, someone can just throw themselves on the grenade.
Oh.
All right, well,
Okay.
Well, blink into it, hit ice block before the damage goes off.
No,
so you
no,
block
no,
the
no,
damage.
I actually
I'd
can
say-
live one with G Invis and
Nah,
Ice
bro,
Block.
nah,
I
bro.
can't live
He
one.
has to ice block.
It's a block and then grip through.
Yeah, he has to ice block. And then you can do
Oh,
Oh, that's sick.
that is sick.
You gotta line them up, all 3. So you can
And
grip
just
them through
evoker
all
rescue him and hope that the evoker doesn't
The
hit the
evoker.
bomb and
You gotta
Wanda.
use walls like a shield to block them into
can
it.
you move a ice block mage?
Yeah.
I think so.
You can grip them. I don't know if you can rescue
I
them.
don't know
It
if you
seems
can
like
rescue,
so.
but you
Probably.
can definitely get gripped.
1.
Never seen it.
I've had it happen where, like, I went oh fuck at the same time the priest did.
Not moving.
We can't bait right here. It's fine. Just bait where boss is.
Big
And then we
ghost.
can clear those 2 square ones like pretty early probably. Move, and I think we're probably going to be over towards Star is safe. And knock back. And then I guess we fill in these 2 here.
Pip, grab that one.
Oh, wait, no, they're good motion.
Oh.
Then Rice Wand Pip.
The ones over by triangle.
Yeah.
You don't have to get that close, but you gotta kick it.
One more set of
I'm aware
traps.
now.
Watch the knock out of this. And then we bait here.
Carl, I'm gonna go to the right.
And then raise into these rears. We bring these goblins here. And clear the one right by where we are. And then launch the knock. And then we're playing on the wall. Not too bad on the last one.
Quickly pad your golem damage.
I feel seen right now.
Ignore all golem damage after 210.
Wait, well, I was porting.
Yeah, we can
I thought he said that
call
was-
it there.
I know, but I want to cancel my Hearthstone is what I meant.
Okay.
Oh, I wasn't wearing my Sark cloak. Probably saved me, honestly.
Ooh, I was. I'm not like really dying, but maybe it's not worth using that.